All right.
Okay.
It's all yours. Mic is up.
Okay. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Dr. Gary Brown. The doctor is definitely in the house. So we're going to start things off by one of the early pioneers of the blues era, none other than Robert Johnson. That was Robert Johnson. Let me take a little minute to talk about something. From what I can understand, for what I've learned, there's 4 different types of blues. There's Delta blues, and Delta blues was the original type of blues music, originally played by itinerant black man from the Mississippi Delta region. Acoustic instrumentation as sparse as guitar and singer. Sometimes the group would include harmonica, piano. Features of the music includes 12-bar arrangement and...
Let's come up a little bit on your mic. There you go. Sorry.
Let's talk about the 4 types of blues. For example, Delta blues, the original type of blues music, originally played by itinerant black men from the Mississippi and Delta region. Acoustic instrumentation as sparse as guitar and singer. Sometimes the group would include harmonica and piano. Features of the music include 12-bar arrangements and vocal repetition that frequently included a call and response lyrical framing. Artists that typically the style include Charlie Patton, Eddie J, Son, House, Robert Johnson, and Muddy Waters. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do something else by Robert Johnson, so you can get an idea of what the Delta blues was all about.
California. get you. Been a song and a trick, but I'm crying, baby. Honey, don't you want to go back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago? I'm 6 and 2 is 8, 8 and 2 is 10. Friend was a tricky one time, she sure gonna do it again. And I'm crying, hey, baby, don't you want to go to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago? I'm going to California on that in a month's highway. Somebody will tell me that you need my help someday. Crying, hey, hey, baby, don't you want to go back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago?
That was Robert Johnson. Let's talk a little bit more about Robert Johnson. As you notice, there wasn't anything in that with him but an acoustical guitar. And that was typical of Delta blues, because this was a blues where during the time the artist was traveling from place to place, wherever they could to play, they only had just a guitar. A lot of times they were just in a field wherever they were, and they just had the acoustical guitar. Now, we're gonna do one more by Robert Johnson. But before we do that, I'd like to take a minute to tell you about the jams in our local area. On Mondays, there's what you call the Dean's Blues Jam, which is located on West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. And Wednesdays, there's also Dean's Blues Jam, which is at AJ's on Almonte Road in Largo. And Thursday, there's a Blues Jam at Old Duels. And of course, Thursdays, there's a jam right here at the Radio Bar and Grill. And so come on out, and that's something you can consider checking out. And what we're going to do now, we're going to move up to one of our local artists. We're going to hear from Mr. Lee Pons. He's one of our outstanding local artists. So let's hear from Lee Pons. Let's hear from Lee Pons. I can't seem to find him. Anyway, we're gonna go to Booker T and the MGs. That was Green Onions. We're gonna still stay in the Delta Blues arena. So we're gonna do something by Mr. Muddy Waters. And he was one of the artists doing the Delta Blues era. Anyway, here we go.
The gypsy woman told my mother before I was born, I got a boy child coming. He's gonna be a son of a gun. He's gonna make pretty women jump and shout. Then the world wanna know what this all about. But you know I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here. Well, you know the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows I'm here. I got a black cat bone. I got a mojo too. I got the John the Conqueror. I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna make you girls lead me by my hand. Then the world will know the hoochie coochie man. But you know I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here. Well, you know the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows I'm here. On the 7 hours, on the 7 days, on the 7 month, the 7 doctors say he was born for good luck, and that you see. I got $700. Don't you mess with me, but you know I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here. Well, you know the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows I'm here.
That was Muddy Waters, Hoochie Coochie Man. Let's talk a little bit about Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters was born as McKinley Morganfield. McKinley Morganfield. Let's hear something else. Here we go, the Garbage Man.
She run away with the garbage man. Yeah, my baby. She run away with the garbage man. Well, I need you so bad, little girl, so you can empty my garbage tray. I don't know where it's been, and I don't know where she's going. Come back to me. My garbage can is overflowing. Look out, Pine Town. cash. Well, my woman, she ran away with my Harlem cash. Well, I don't need your money, I don't need your money, girl. I need you so you can empty my trash.
Yeah, that was Muddy Waters. That was Muddy Waters. Let's take a minute to talk about Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters was born in McKinley Morgan Field on April 4th, 1915 in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Now, Waters grew up immersed in the Delta blues and was first recorded by archivist Alan Lomax in 1943. He moved to Chicago and been playing in clubs. A record deal followed, and hits like I'm Your Hoochie Coochie Man and Rolling Stone made him an iconic Chicago blues man. Now, I mentioned Alan Lomax. Now, Alan Lomax was a gentleman that went in the fields. He went on the scene wherever these artists was performing, sometime out in the field, outdoors, in the juke joints of that time. And he was able to capture a lot of those blues artists, Alan Lomax. Now, Muddy Waters' early life, Muddy Waters was born in McKinley Morgan Field, like I said, on April 4th in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Now, he was called Muddy Waters because he played in the swampy puddles of the Mississippi River as a boy. His father, Arlie Morganfield, was a farmer and a blues guitar player who separated from the family shortly after Waters was born. When Waters was just 3 years old, his mother, Bertha Jones, died, and he was subsequently sent to Clarksdale to live with his maternal grandmother, Delia Jones. So what we're gonna do now, that Muddy Waters era, his era lasted from the Delta blues, and as time progressed on, he transcended into the Chicago blues era, because Chicago blues was when the musicians started using electric guitars and so on, when previously during the Delta blues they just used acoustical guitars for instrumentation. Well, anyway, that's so much for that for the moment. Right now we're gonna come home a little bit. We're gonna go to Mr. Lee Pons, y'all. Lee Pons. that was Lee Pons. We're going to change the pace a little bit. We're going to move into the Chicago blues era. And in doing so, we'll feature Mr. Willie Dixon. Here we go. That was Muddy Waters during the Delta Blues era. The one and only Muddy Waters.
You're listening to the Pirate Radio Network, where anything goes on all of our shows. The Pirate Radio Network.
All right.
The gypsy woman told my mother before I was born, you got a boy child's coming. He gonna be a son of a gun. He gonna make pretty women's jump and shout. Then the world wanna know.
Now you notice this is Muddy Waters. His reign was during what you call the Chicago blues era. Now if you notice, he has guitar, bass, all electronic instrumentation and drums. All these were the characteristics of the Chicago blues.
Everybody knows him, yeah. I got a black cat bone. I got a mojo too. I got a John the Conqueror. I got to mess with you. I'm gonna make you girls lead me by my hand. Then the world will know I'm a hoochie man, but you know I'm here. On the 7 hour, on the 7 day, on the 7 month, the 7 doctors say he was born for good luck, and that you see, I got $700. Don't you mess with me, but you know I'm here.
That was some more Muddy Waters. Let's take a minute. Let's talk about blues a little bit, because this is the Blues Roots program, and the doctor is in the house. Yours truly, Dr. Gary Brown. Now, blues music, along with its jazz counterpart, is the only true American music form. Blues has its deepest roots in the work songs of the West African slaves in the South. During their backbreaking work, the fields and the southern plantation owners, black slaves, developed a call and response way of singing to give rhythm to the drudgery of their servitude. These field hollers serves as a basis of all blues music that was to follow. Following the end of the Civil War, black men had few options other than backbreaking manual field labor or becoming a traveling minstrel. Many chose the occupation of traveling minstrel, playing rushes all night, country dances, fish fries, and juke joints. These musicians rallied on their physical stamina and mental repertoire of many blues songs. Although the lyrics of many blues songs are soulful and melancholy, the music as a whole is a powerful, emotive, and rhythmic music celebrating the life of black Americans. The lyrics of the songs reflected daily themes of their lyrics, including sex, drinking, railroads, jail, murder, poverty, and hard labor, and the love lost. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to a gentleman that also sang songs. Mr. Johnny Cash.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you played pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul because I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet and you're gonna regret because I'm the best as ever been. Johnny, rosin up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get this shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul." Opened up his case and he said, "I'll start this show," and fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this. Johnny said, "Well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, does your dog bite? No child knows." The devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, "Devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been." He played, "Fire on the mountain, run, boys, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. The chicken in the bread pan, I'm picking out dough. Granny, where your dog bite, no child knows."
That was Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is an interesting young man. He did blues, and you could say that he was. I would say he was in the Chicago blues era because he did use instrumentation. He used all electronic instrumentation, including strings. And Johnny Cash was a very outstanding. He was labeled as a blues singer as well as a country singer, but as far as I'm concerned, blues and country is one of the same because they're both songs about their life, their times, the struggles, and of course love that was lost. So, you know, Johnny Cash, we know he in there too. We can't leave him out. Now, although it was difficult to pin down the first documented blues to be written by W.C. Handy's Memphis Blues, written in 1909, it was said that this was the first blues, and it was also said that W.C. Handy was the father of the blues. Well, it's controversial, but The popularity of country blues grew among Southern black folks during the teens and 1920s, during the late 20s. Now, during that period, that's when jazz came into existence, because jazz and blues was used largely in what you call a lot of speakeasy clubs back in those days, during the 20s, which were days of the Prohibition. Now, during the late 1920s, with the advent of the 78 RPM phonograph, some of the more popular country blues artists were recorded by Paramount, Aristocrat, and other record labels. During 1941-1943, the famous blues folklorist Alan Lomax made field recordings of bluesmen and their surroundings. This important body of work served to expose white folks to the blues, as well as giving the fledgling artists exposure to national yet segregated record labels. During the Great Depression, blacks migrated north along the route of the Illinois Central Railroad toward Chicago. They brought with them blues music, and soon the sound of it filled rowdy urban nightclubs. To compensate for the loud crowd and bigger venues, some of the more inventive performers, such as Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf, made the switch to electric guitars and added drum sets to their bands. This new electronic Chicago blues was more powerful than its predecessor. Blues fell somewhat out of popular favor until the late 1950s. In 1958, the Kingston Trio recorded the #1 hit, Tom Dooley, and gave birth to the folk revival. For 7 years, from 1959 to 1966, the Newport Folk Festival reintroduced folk and blues music to the mainstream white American artists. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a switch. We're going to come up to more modern times. We're going to go to none other than Joey Gilmore. Somebody done took my baby and gone.
Since you've been gone away, memories of you torture me day by day. Oh, but you left me, and I don't even know why. You didn't even leave a note saying goodbye.
We're gonna dedicate the next few minutes
now you
to
got
Joey
these
Gilmore.
tears falling from my eyes. When I realized you were gone, it was a real shock and surprise. Feel like a king just lost his throne. Somebody done took my baby and gone. Oh, babe, all I could do is weep and mourn. Oh, babe, I thought I had my game uptight. I kept her dressed in pretty clothes. She knew she was out of sight. Oh, but one night I went out and stayed too long. When I got back, the door was open, all the clothes were gone. Now you got these tears falling from my eyes. When I realized you were gone, it was a real shock and surprise. Feel like a king just lost the throne. Somebody done took my woman and gone. Oh,
feel that silk and lace. And when she kisses, she nearly makes me shout. Great God Almighty, when the lights go out. I love to see her walking down the street. She always dresses so nice and neat. You never know what it's all about. Great God Almighty, when the lights go out. You can use your imagination. You'll still be far behind. There is nothing in creation like that girl of mine. I love to hold her when she talks that talk. I love to watch her when she walks that walk. And if I pet her when she's trying to pout, great God Almighty, when the lights go out. You can use your imagination. You'd still be far behind. There is nothing in creation like that girl of mine. I love to hold her when she talks that talk. I love to watch her when she walks that walk. And if I pet her when she's trying to pout, great God Almighty, when the lights go out. Great God Almighty, when the lights go out.
Mama, please squeeze me tight. You got to make me love you every day and every night.
Just when you thought you couldn't rock any harder, it's the Ozman on the Party Pirate 102.1 FM.
Got to put you down a little while. Whoa, I can't put you, darling, but I got to put you down a little while. Up my happy home, made me mistreat my only child. Now when you hear me moaning and groaning, oh, you know it hurts way down inside. My love will never die. All right then.
On all of our shows, the Pirate Radio Network.
used to do. Lord, I won't do no more. The things that I used to do, Lord, I won't do no more. Sit and hold your hand, baby. Trying not to go.
Here we have Joey Gilmore again. The things I used to do.
I want such a night for you, baby. Lord, and my search would always end in vain. For you, baby. Lord, and my search would always end in vain. But I knew all along, darling, that you were hid out with your other man. Your mother, baby. Lord, and I'm going back to my family too. I'm gonna send you back to your mother, baby. Lord, and I'm going back to my family too.
Joe Turner, y'all.
Wash your face and hands. Get out of that bed. Wash your face and hands. Well, you get in that kitchen, make some noise with the pots and pans. Well, you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. Well, you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. I can't believe my eyes, all the mess belongs to you. I believe to the soul you devil is not. I believe to the soul you devil is not. Well, Lord, I work the faster my money goes. I said shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Well, you won't do right to save your doggone soul. Yeah, blood. I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. I'm like a one-eyed cat peeping in the seafood store. But I can look at you till you ain't no child no more. I take round and roll, shake, round and roll, shake, round and roll, shake, round and roll. Well, it won't do right to save your doggone soul. I lay over the hill, way down underneath. I lay over the hill, way down underneath. You make me roll my eyes, baby, make me grit my teeth. I said shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Shake, round and roll. Well, you won't do nothing to save your doggone soul. Shake, round and roll.
That was Joe Turner. He was one of the early pioneers of the Chicago blues era. More of Big Joe Turner.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, baby, everything's gonna be all right. Walk the dog, walk the cat tonight. Choo-choo, sugar boo, sick and tired of you, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, choo-choo, boogie boo. Love you, baby, but I just don't have the price. I love you, baby, but I just don't have the price. I like baby, cause I guess there ain't no dime. Dog me to death, I ain't ready to die. Dog me to death, I ain't ready to die. Keep talking, I know you're gonna tell me a lie. I love you, baby, but I just don't know your name. I love you, baby, but I just don't know your name. Tell me your name, you're gonna drive me insane. All right. but it just don't have the pride. You love me, baby, but it just don't have the pride. First class, baby, so get it ain't no dime. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. We're high this morning and sing some old funky song.
like to remind our listeners that the Radio Bar Blues Band will be aired on Channel 38 this coming Sunday, featuring Craven Moorhead. Also feature Gary Brown, Dr. Gary Brown, myself, and also featuring Bill Bryant of the Radio Bar Blues Band. So check us out, Channel 38, 11 o'clock this coming Sunday. So check us out this coming Sunday, Channel 38. Talk to Sugar. Sugar, if you out there, hey man, check us out. I mean, we need to get you in here for a personal interview. Give me a call.
Driving me crazy. What did I do? What did I do to you?
We got a lot of blues artists in our area, in our local area, and we're looking forward to maybe some getting some of these guys in for interview, and we're looking forward to some of getting you guys in where we can play some of your music.
Low down dog no more. They don't want me, baby. Down the road I go. Well, I worked hard, baby. Brought you home my pay. I worked hard, baby. Brought you home my pay. You certainly gonna miss me when I'm gone away. Ooh.
We left Amos Milburn off our drinking show, and that's a sin. Here's Amos with a song that you have to hear.
whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey made me lose my happy home. When I left home this morning, I promised I would think to stay real straight and sober. I swore I wouldn't drink. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey made me lose my happy home. I passed up all the pool halls, gave the boys a slip. Before the night was over, I started in to sip. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey made me lose my happy home. My buddy had a party. The cats were on the loose. We started out with soda and ended up all juiced on bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey made me lose my happy home. My baby's gone and left me. Man, I feel so sad because the blues have got me, and I've sure got them bad. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey. Bad, bad whiskey made me lose my happy home. Made me lose my happy home.
That was Amos Milburn.
Texas piano player Amos Milburn on the Aladdin record label.
Oh,
Bad, Bad Whiskey. When he first started out around Texas, he was known as the He-Man Martha Ray, and he did lots of songs about drinking, including Thinking in Drinking, Let Me Go Home Whiskey, the original version of One Scotch, One Bourbon, One Beer, and Good, Good Whiskey. Whiskey ended up ruining his life. He lost a leg from diabetes from drinking. He eventually passed away from a life of hard drinking, hard living.
I wonder how many of you ladies were in the midst of your spring house cleaning today. Instead of keeping your floors, furniture, and woodwork clean during the year by scrubbing and dusting, you protect them against dirt and against wear with a tough coat of Johnson's paste or liquid wax. Insist on the genuine Johnson's wax.
Oh, yes. Radio Bar and Grill bringing you the Doc. Doc Brown, how you doing today, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great. I can't complain. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm doing good. I'm digging what you're playing, man. I am a rock and roller, but like I've said on plenty of occasions, there is no rock and roll without the blues.
That's true. That's true. The blues come from the rock and roll. I mean, shall I say the rock and roll comes from the blues?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's all the way back to Bill Haley and the Comets, and, that's all the way back there.
Definitely. As a kid, I grew up watching Bill Haley and the Comets, and the guitar that I play now is what Bill Haley played, which was a Gretsch. And I grew up watching those guys, Jimmy Wickley. I used to like to watch those cowboy pictures where those guys play guitar, And when they had this program, I can't think of it. But anyway, whenever I got an opportunity to watch anybody playing guitar on TV or a movie, I was right there watching everything.
And I'm not throwing you under the bus, but at your age, I mean, you had the opportunity to watch the greats like Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Exactly.
Even Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was a major fan of the blues, and it influenced his music a lot. And I've watched you and Wild Bill and Mr. Craven Moorhead up on stage, the Radio Bar Blues Band, and you guys enjoy what you're doing. You love playing it, and you love playing. This is your second day here, and man, I'm hoping everybody's digging it. I know I am.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's great. It's good to know. But it's all about fun, And I've seen so many artists let themselves become so commercialized until the joy of music is no longer with them. You know what I mean? Everybody's out for the dollar. Don't want to hit a note unless the object of a dollar is preceded.
And I agree with you. And you're familiar with my Artist Hour show on Wednesdays, and all of these local artists. And even up-and-coming artists, I've gone as far away as Boston, Massachusetts. They're giving their music away. Listen to our music. This is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. Yeah, you have those out there that are monetary driven. They're looking for the bottom dollar, but you still have those bands like yourself, and like this young lady that's joining us tomorrow night, Christy Massey. I had 4X in with me yesterday. It's about the music for them. It's about this is what they're feeling.
Exactly.
And they want to get it out to you. And if you dig it, fantastic. If you don't, they understand it, but they're still going to continue what they're doing.
Exactly. Like you said, at my age, I've seen so many musicians that started out during the time that I did. I've seen so many of them, just like was mentioned in the last record that was played, Amos Milburn. So many artists have gotten involved with drugs, alcohol, different things. There's so many people that come along with me are no longer here. Or if they're here, they're handicapped the way they're not functional, But I can't complain about myself because some of those great artists I've had the opportunity over the years to work with, a great deal of them. As a matter of fact, the last over-the-road tour that I did was with the Coasters. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was fun. But nonetheless, there was a lot of artists that I worked with. There was Z.Z. Hill. I had the opportunity to work with O.V. Wright, Betty Wright, of course, and Joey Gilmore. Matter of fact, I give Joey Gilmore the credit for being the one to inspire me to sing.
Hell, I mean, you are a fantastic guitar player, and I love your vocals also. You opened your show today with what? Robert Johnson, right?
Yes.
All right. Robert Johnson fought his way through his. He loved to play his music. Robert Johnson never got filthy rich.
No, he didn't.
No, but he played. He continued to do what he did. Now, gentlemen like you remember him. I know very little about him. I have heard him, and like I said, I love the blues as much as I love my rock and roll. But they did it for the love of the music.
Exactly.
And
you love it, you wouldn't do it.
Absolutely, and you're right. There are the people out there. Oh, we're going to become famous. We're going to be making millions of dollars, and then you got the musicians, the artists that are out there, not the businessman, the artist that is out there, the musician that loves what he does because he does it because he loves what he does.
Well, I agree to that because that's my main reason for doing it, because if I was expected to get paid, get rich off doing this stuff, that would be a serious daydream, believe me,
And in all actuality, and you can attest to this yourself, if it was all about the dollar bill, you wouldn't be having the fun that you have doing what you do.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Because a lot of time, I've seen situations where a lot of artists, they get so involved in the dollar, and then once you get on that, what I call the dollar train, you know what I mean? You become consumed by the elements that's involved in that.
Well, and you're right, because as long as you've been doing this, You can have somebody that goes in that's exactly what you're saying. They want to play because they love to play. Yeah, they want to make the dollar, but they still want to play true to themselves and to their fans. But they get hemmed up in that industry that is a soulless, money-driven machine.
Exactly. Actually, everybody that has the ability to play music, you can't overlook it being a God-given gift. You know what I mean? Because everybody have different gifts, but music is one. I mean, if you don't have it in you, if it's not in you, you can learn how to play, but that's just it. You play from I would say a mechanical perspective.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I've seen so many great musicians, can read anything you put in front of them. But if they got on the stage, on the bandstand, they would be totally lost.
And I agree with you 100%. And I've watched and I've discussed and talked to many bands. I've talked to a lot of our local bands here that have played here, that may play here, and everything else. And you watch them and you see the interaction between them and their audience, whether it's 3 people sitting in a bar somewhere or whether it's an arena. They get it. There's the interaction there. There's the heat. There's the love, and it's the love of the music. And and I kind of feel sorry a little bit for the other ones that, okay, I'm here to make $1 million and I'll play what, I know how to play fast, I know how to play loud or whatever. And I feel sorry for those people because you're absolutely right. You can play the music, but if you don't feel the music, you're lost.
That's right. It's an empty situation.
Absolutely, I agree with you. All right, I'm going to step out, and I'm going to let you go back to, you got about 20 minutes left before Storm comes in. I'm digging what you're playing, brother, and I'm going to let you go back to it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right, brother. Okay. All right, here we go with some more Luther Ingram.
Just as much. And are you wrong to give your love to a married man? And am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. existing without you. I don't wanna be right if it means sleeping at night. I don't wanna be right if loving you is wrong.
That was Luther Ingram. I don't want to be right. I'd like to remind our listeners once again that this coming Sunday at 11 o'clock, this coming Sunday at 11 o'clock, you can catch the Radio Bar Blues Band live on Channel 38 at 11 o'clock. Channel 38 at 11 o'clock. The Radio Bar Blues Man was recorded live over at AJ's in Lakeland, Florida. So be sure to tune in. Don't forget to tune in. Channel 38 at 11 o'clock. Also, don't forget, tonight is Jam Night right here at the Radio Bar. Jam Night, so all you jammers that's near want to come out, we'd like to invite you all to come out and join the fun with us right here at the Radio Bar and Grill. So we're going to move on right now. We got Miss Betty Paget coming up.
here. Just rock away from here. Rock me gently. Make me feel like a cloud in the sky. Whisper softly. Make my heart sing wings and fly. Ooh. Oh, baby. Sexy baby, yeah. Love you, daddy. Let me be your rocking chair. Just rock away from here. Let's get it on. Come on, baby. Let me be your rocking chair. Just rock away from here. Just rock me, darling. All night long. Just rock me, honey. Come on, baby. Sexy baby, yeah. Just rock me, darling. Yeah. Come on, baby. Sexy baby. Let me be your rocking chair. Just rock away from here. Let's get along. Come to me, baby. Let me be your rocking chair. Just rock away from here. Come on, baby. Come on, darling. Oh, just rock me, baby, baby. Just rock me, darling. Just move me, baby. Just groove me, baby. Oh, rock me, rock me.
Oh, come in here, darling, before you go. I know you're in a hurry. You're always in a hurry. But that's something I want to say to you. Every time I turn around, some woman is always in my face, pretending to have my best interests at heart. But she really can't wait to tell me what she saw you doing last night. Get me wrong now, it hurts. But I know that time will heal a heartache. And pretty soon, I won't even remember what you look like. They say that everybody plays the fool. And you know what? Your game is over.
I did everything for you. Wash your clothes, rest and fold, all because I love you. You come home Monday through Friday and gave me money to help pay the bill. I didn't see you again until Sunday night. You always come in trying to start a fight. Strangers calling my house, some don't even know my name. I had to get an unlisted number because you caused me so much shame. Mama told me a long time ago, you said you'd leave when you're ready. No matter how long it's been going on, baby, you know when you're ready. Never coming home no more. I ain't never coming home no more. Never. Don't look for me, baby. You won't see me no more. 'Cause I ain't never coming home no more. Some women only see what's on the outside. They don't know what's going on in our home. You see that bed we sleep in, I bought it. Those nice clothes you wear, I bought it. That fancy car you drive, I work a second job to help you buy. They don't know what's going on in our home, but I know it's time to leave you alone. I got to stand up on my own. That's why I ain't never coming home no more. I ain't never, good baby. I ain't never coming home no more. You know, when you were out there doing your thing, I had plenty of time to think. You out there spending your money on Tamika, Tanya, and TT. I was saving for the days that my tears would stop. See, those were my rainy days, baby.
baby, cause Lord knows I had many rainy days. You see, I went out and bought me a bigger house. That's mine. I have a much nicer car. You know what? That's mine. And what I like about the whole situation is, when I turn the key, can't nobody get in but me. That's why, baby, I ain't never coming home. Don't look for me, baby. I ain't never coming home. I can make it on my own. Oh, I just want you to leave me alone. 'Cause I got my own key. I got my own lock. I got my own car. I got my own house. Oh, I ain't never coming home no more. I ain't never coming to your house no more. You got it. You got it. You wanted this, baby. Woo. You got it. I ain't never coming home no more. Woo. I ain't never coming back no more. You can have this house. You can have this bed. You can have this car. Take your broke ass back to the bar. I ain't never coming home no more. You know I quit my second job. Now I don't have to work so hard, baby. You just gave your woman away. I ain't got to wash your funky clothes.
I want you to guys to stand by and get ready for Storm. We should be coming your way in a little bit. She'll be doing a little of everything.
Buffalo soldier.
Ah, here's Bob Marley, Buffalo Soldier.
It was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America, stolen from Africa, brought to America, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival. If you know your history, then you would know where you're coming from. Then you wouldn't have to ask me who the heck you would think I am. I'm just a buffalo soldier in the heart of America, stolen from Africa, brought to America. Said he was fighting on arrival, fighting for survival. Said he was a buffalo soldier in the war for America. Said he, why yo yo, why yo yo yo, why yo 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 yo, why yo yo, why yo yo yo, why yo 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 yo. Buffalo soldier tried into the land. Whoa. Said him on the ran and make him hold a hand. Tried into the land. Yeah, yeah. Said he was a buffalo soldier in the war for America. Buffalo soldier, dreadlock rasta, fighting an arrival, fighting for survival, driven from the mainland to the heart of the Caribbean. Singing, why yo yo, why yo yo yo, why yo 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 yo, why yo yo, why yo yo yo, why yo 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 yo.
Da 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 da
The Coasters, one of my favorites. Zing with the strings.
Dear, when you smiled at me, zing. I heard a melody. Zing. It haunted me from the start. Something inside of me started a symphony. Sing with the strings of my heart.
Whoa, like a breath of spring. I heard a robin sing about a nesting apart. Oh, they just seem to be in the perfect harmony. Sing with the strings of my heart.
I still recall the thrill. I guess I always will. I hope we'll never depart. Dear, whip your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine. Sing with the string of my heart.
Now, the Coasters was one of the great doo-wop groups during the 50s and 60s. So we're going to do something that was another one of their top tunes called Yaggity Yak.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yaggity yak!
Don't talk back.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom. Get all that garbage out of sight, or you don't go out Friday night. Yaggity yak!
Don't talk back.
You just put on your coat and hat and walk yourself to the laundromat. And when you finish doing that, bring in the dog and put out the cat. Yaggity yak!
Don't talk back.
Don't you give me no dirty looks. Your father's hip, he knows what cooks. Just tell your hoodlum friend outside, you ain't got time to take a ride. Yaggity yak!
Don't talk back.
Yaggity yak, yaggity yak. Yaggity yak, yaggity yak. Yaggity yak, yaggity yak. Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo, fo. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown,
everybody always picking on me.